pot calling the kettle black is all I'm gonna say.
Ooh.
The pot calling the kettle black. Huh.
Whoa. That was some tea. That was shade. That was major shade.
Pot calling the kettle black. So, I mean, you're not insinuating that
he's
50
gay?
Cent is...
Oh my Lord, please. What? Girl, we gotta talk after this episode is
Wait,
over.
Vivica A. Fox, what are you insinuating?
Well, I mean,
He gave you...
no, he's not. I mean, we had a great time. I mean, but he's just seems like he's got something that's not quite clear.
You already know 50 Cent stays lurking online, and when he pops up, he never holds back. This time was no different. At first, he had everyone fooled, acting like he was impressed by what he saw. People started whispering that he might be thinking about spinning the block with Vivica again. Like, could history really repeat itself? But Vivica, oh, she's not the one to play with. She came right back swinging, and she didn't hold anything back either. Vivica clapped back with pure confidence, calling him out in front of everybody. She even threw out bold accusations saying that 50 Cent is on the DL and wouldn't know a real woman if she smacked him in the face. We'll talk about shots fired. These two used to be crazy in love, but now it's nothing but chaos whenever their names come up in the same sentence. And honestly, Vivica's decision to get some work done definitely shocked a lot of folks. Nobody saw that coming. I mean, this woman has always looked stunning, flawless from head to toe. So people were confused, like, why fix something that was never broken? Lately, fans have been making unnecessary comments about her looks, claiming she doesn't look like her old self anymore. Some even brought up how she looked back in her Kill Bill days like, be serious. That was over 20 years ago, back in 2003. See, that's the thing. Comments like that just don't add up at all. A woman's body changes with time. That's just real life. Vivica did Kill Bill when she was in her mid-30s, and now she's almost 61. So of course, her body doesn't look exactly the same anymore. Nobody's supposed to stay frozen in time. But let's keep it real, even now she's still got that glow, that confidence, that I still got it energy. Her figure might have evolved, but she's aging like fine wine and still looks absolutely amazing for her age. And then boom, Vivica shocked everyone recently when she decided to show off her new look for the first time.
And I'm back on my grind. A psychic ran my lifeline, told me in my lifetime my name will help light up the Chicago skyline. And that's why I'm 7 o'clock, that's prime time. Living a watch guy calling from the hotlines. Why you keep giving me hotlines? I'm a star, how could I not shine? How many ladies in the house? How many ladies in the house without a spin?
It all went down at a meet and greet in Houston, where she was promoting her hair brand, and baby, she turned heads the moment she walked in. Cameras started flashing, fans were gasping, and social media went into overdrive. People couldn't stop talking about how bold and confident she looked, rocking her fresh curves and snatched waist like she owned the whole room. Now, you already know the internet went absolutely wild after that reveal. The timeline was in shambles because, let's be honest, it's not every day you see a woman in her 60s confidently stepping out after a BBL. People were stunned. The comment section exploded instantly. Fans were typing essays under every post, debating whether Vivica should have done it or not. One person wrote, I'm all for people doing whatever they want with their own body, but sis got to chill. She already looks good for her age. She doesn't need more surgery, it's too risky. Another chimed in saying, our elders need to act their age, not try to be perpetually 35. This is just embarrassing and dangerous for a 60-year-old woman. The opinions were flying left and right like confetti, and social media couldn't get enough of it. But of course, it wouldn't be the internet if 50 Cent didn't find his way into the mix. To nobody's surprise, he popped into the conversation like clockwork.
Ow, she's a bread. House. She's nice and like that. Just letting it all hang out.
Because when has he ever stayed quiet? At first, people couldn't tell if 50 Cent was being shady or playful with that comment. But then he followed it up with, who said I was spinning the block, man? I ain't gonna lie, that booty was good though. And that one line sent everyone spiraling. It sounded like he was joking, but it also had that flirty tone that made people start connecting dots real quick. The timeline started buzzing with theories like, is 50 still feeling Vivica? And maybe they're not over each other after all. People were starting to think there might still be some unfinished business between the two, maybe even a little lingering love. But before anyone could start rooting for a possible reunion, 50 reminded the world exactly who he is: petty, unfiltered, and always ready to stir chaos. Out of nowhere, he switched gears and started trolling Vivica like he couldn't help himself. He reposted a clip of her new body, zooming in on angles that made her look totally different from her glam Instagram photos. Then, to make things worse, he edited the video to end with a side-by-side of her Instagram picture, which looked too perfect, and the unfiltered video. It was obvious he was trying to make her look bad on purpose, like he wanted people to drag her. Fans immediately called him out for being messy, saying he was trying to humiliate Vivica for attention. Now let's be real. Vivica did look a bit different in that video compared to the flawless photos she posts on her social media. But honestly, who doesn't these days? Every celebrity edits their pictures to some degree, from filters to lighting tweaks to full-on Photoshop. That's just how social media works. It's all about presentation, not reality. And 50 Cent knew exactly what he was doing when he posted that side-by-side comparison. He wasn't being funny, he was being strategic. He wanted people to talk.
You know, I want to thank Vivica Fox for wearing that dress too.
And not in a flattering way either. He basically set her up for online criticism, straight up messy behavior. But here's the thing, Vivica Fox is not the woman you want to come for. She's bold, sharp, and absolutely fearless when it comes to clapping back. According to one insider, she's not even surprised that 50 is acting this way because, in her words, he's always been petty. The source claims she finds his behavior downright vindictive, like he's trying to tear her down for no real reason. These two are pure chaos wrapped in nostalgia. It's been over 2 decades since they split, yet they somehow keep ending up in each other's orbit, throwing shade like it's 2003 all over again. It's like they can't help themselves. They've gone from lovers to enemies and back again more times than anyone can count. Every few years, their names pop up in the headlines together, and you can almost feel the tension through the screen. Their story goes all the way back to the early 2000s when they first met at the BET Awards in 2003. 50 was completely blown away by Vivica's beauty. She walked in like a goddess, and he was instantly hooked. So fast forward to the 2003 MTV Video Music Awards. That was the moment everything changed. 50 Cent and Vivica Fox hit the red carpet hand in hand, and baby, they were glowing. No more whispers, no more behind-the-scenes rumors. This was a full-blown public declaration.
Very romantic.
Yeah.
And he's like a big teddy bear.
Yeah.
And see, I know that side of him. And he's very sweet and very kind and gives the best hugs.
Now let's talk about, he's 10 years younger than you are.
11.
11 years younger than
Yes.
you are. And you've said that energizes you.
Yeah, definitely makes me happy. Keeps a pep in my step for sure.
Was he in love with you?
Very much. I mean, I think that the reason why it's haunted me for such a long time is I found out later that he wanted to propose to me. So that's why.
Right, okay,
yeah.
okay. So I'll set the stage. They're in Monte Carlo. 50's got the ring in his pocket.
No.
That's
He was going to have a theater because I was excluded in the international tour of Kill Bill.
Cameras were flashing, reporters were screaming their names, and everyone knew it right then and there. These two were officially together. Hollywood's newest power couple had arrived, and they wanted the whole world to see it. Now let's talk about that superstar era, because both of them were unstoppable at the time. 50 Cent was dominating the rap game like never before. His album, Get Rich or Die Trying, was a straight-up phenomenon. We're talking about over 12 million copies sold worldwide, an absolute takeover. Every song was a hit, every show was packed, and 50 was the man of the moment. Meanwhile, Vivica Fox was holding it down in Hollywood, proving that she wasn't just beautiful. She was talented, bankable, and bossed up. With blockbuster hits like Independence Day, Set It Off, Two Can Play That Game, and Kill Bill, she was that girl. Confident, glamorous, and totally in control of her lane. Together, they were electric. Style, fame, chemistry, all rolled into one headline-making romance. The media couldn't get enough, and Vivica, she was head over heels. She adored him, spoke highly of him in interviews, and looked absolutely smitten every time they stepped out together. 50 treated her like a queen too, showering her with attention, gifts, and affection that made everyone think they were in game. For a short while, they were the definition of relationship goals. Two powerful people riding the same wave of success. What was supposed to be a sparkling 12-carat engagement ring, something straight out of a fairy tale, ended up becoming just a pair of earrings. Can you believe that? All because Vivica made 50 mad, and in true 50 Cent fashion, he switched up at the last second and scrapped the whole proposal idea. One minute, he's ready to lock it down, the next, he's playing games. That right there was the first red flag waving loud and clear. But oh, let's get into how this love story took a nosedive, because baby, it didn't just fade, it imploded. The romance that once had fans swooning turned into chaos overnight. Their relationship crumbled faster than a house of cards caught in a storm.
Oh man, my love life is great.
It's like the first time though when Vivica gives you the go-ahead and says she's gonna get naked in your bed. Is it awesome?
Yeah, man, it's exciting.
Are you able to hold out a long time?
No, no.
Is she loud in bed? Like, does she make a lot of noise? Does she make a lot of noise?
Nah, she doesn't make a lot of noise.
She doesn't?
Every little disagreement became headline news, and their privacy, non-existent. Even back then, they couldn't move without paparazzi lurking around every corner. Every outing, every post, every argument was turned into front-page gossip. And honestly, having your entire love life dissected by the media 24/7, that's a one-way ticket to disaster. But the real elephant in the room? The age gap. Vivica was a mature, established woman in her late 30s, while 50 was barely 27 and acting every bit of it. Turns out, age wasn't just a number in their case. Vivica was thinking long-term, building a future, while 50 was still in his wild and unbothered era. His maturity level just didn't match hers, and it showed big time. And Vivica? Oh, she was not here for any of that mess. Who in their right mind wants their private moments turned into a full-blown reality show without signing up for it?
Dump you or you dumped her? Be honest.
Okay, I ain't calling no more.
Oh, really?
I just stop calling.
Really?
Well, what happened?
She told you to stop calling?
Nah, I stopped calling. I felt like her people were taking advantage of the situation as far as her publicist was concerned.
They were using you for publicity. Good for you.
Nah, but it couldn't have been using me for publicity, because then, you know,
in a way, you're the hottest thing out there.
Yeah, but in the then it would be, then we wouldn't have been together.
She was a grown woman, classy, poised, and used to handling her business behind closed doors. Not through gossip columns, but 50, he couldn't help himself. At 27, you'd think he would have had a better grip on the whole keep it private thing. But nope, discretion clearly wasn't even in his vocabulary. Every time he opened his mouth, a new headline was born. So between the lack of privacy, the constant media attention, and 50's loudmouth tendencies, this love story was basically doomed before it even had a real chance to breathe. They jumped into the spotlight too fast, too hard, and before they knew it, things went left. So here's where things really went downhill. 50 Cent started feeling like his tough guy image was slipping, like being with Vivica made him look soft. And instead of handling his insecurities like a grown man, he did what he does best. He ran. Rather than sitting down and having an honest, respectful conversation, he pulled one of the coldest moves in Hollywood breakup history. Vivica didn't get a warning, a call, or even a simple text. Nope, homegirl found out she was single through a radio show. Can you imagine that? Waking up, turning on the radio, sipping your morning coffee, and boom, hearing your man just dumped you on air.
It was like a huge learning lesson for me. You know, it was the first time that I went public with the relationship that I should have maybe taken the time to get to know him.
With 50 Cent?
Yes, Curtis.
That has to be one of the most humiliating ways to get broken up with ever. The whole world knew before she did, and that's just straight up brutal. But it gets worse. 50 didn't just break up with her. He ghosted her completely. No follow-up, no explanation, no closure whatsoever. He vanished like smoke, leaving Vivica completely blindsided. No phone call, no text, not even a short message to talk things through. Just silence, cold, calculated silence. He just up and vanished, like a magician finishing a trick and disappearing into thin air, leaving Vivica completely shattered. One day he was there, acting like the perfect boyfriend, and the next he was gone without a trace. No closure, no explanation, just straight silence. She was left standing there, wondering what even happened. And the worst part, the world found out before she did. That kind of heartbreak cuts deep. But if you thought that was bad, oh, it gets way worse. He didn't just leave, he started talking. Instead of keeping it classy and moving on quietly, he went full gossip mode. He couldn't resist running his mouth to every outlet that would listen. He turned their private moments into public punchlines like it was part of his next album rollout. And the boldest part, he had the nerve to claim that Vivica was using him for clout. Can you believe that? A whole Vivica A. Fox, Hollywood legend, award-winning actress, household name, getting accused of chasing him for attention. Please, she was already famous, successful, and established long before he came along. But at the end of the day, they just couldn't handle the level of publicity and nonstop attention that their relationship was getting.
Than the relationship did. So, I mean,
why do you think the press does that? Why did they like vilify the woman? Because when I read that stuff, I was like, it's so ridiculous.
No, it wasn't the press. It was him.
Oh,
no, it was him. He was like, she's exploiting me. She's trying to use me for, you know, to get publicity, and which was so not true. I was about to be in a film with, you know, Oscar-winning actors, and I've been acting for years. But, you know, I just considered that ghetto love. That was his way of dealing with the breakup.
Every move they made was under a microscope, the kind of spotlight that can make even the strongest couples crumble. And y'all already know how I said Vivica was not the one to play with. Well, she proved it once again, because she wasn't about to let 50 Cent come out here dragging her name through the dirt like she was some kind of reality show storyline. See, Vivica has always been known for her grace, confidence, and class, but when it comes to defending her name, she doesn't play nice. She had zero time for his nonsense and wasn't about to let him score cheap points by painting her as some clout-chasing ex trying to stay relevant off his fame. So what did she do? Oh, she clapped back, and she clapped back hard. Vivica didn't just issue a little statement or throw shade in passing. No, she made it crystal clear that she was never, ever using him for publicity. She reminded the world that she was already a star long before she even met 50 Cent, a respected actress with blockbuster movies, red carpet moments, and a reputation that stood on its own. She had worked way too hard and built too much of a legacy to let anyone, especially an ex, tarnish her name for attention. And she didn't hold back either. Vivica let it be known that she wasn't going to sit quietly while he spread lies like he was on a press tour. If 50 thought he could play with her reputation, embarrass her publicly, and walk away without consequences, he had another thing coming. Because when it comes to Vivica A, but even though 50 Cent was the one who ended things with Vivica, he couldn't just walk away and leave it at that. Nope, he had to be petty about it. Real petty. Instead of moving on quietly, he decided to take their breakup public in the worst way possible, through his music. He started throwing shade at Vivica in his lyrics, turning what was once a private relationship into fuel for his rap bars. One of the biggest examples of this was his song, Get in My Car. In that track, he rapped, "My game F with a bee's brain till she thinks she wifey, spend her life savings in a day cause she likes me, commitment from me, nah, not likely. Went out with Vivica, I thought I was on to something. But then next week, nah man, it was nothing." Now, let's just pause for a second. That's cold.
What were your thoughts when 50 Cent blamed the second season ratings dip on gay stuff?
First of all, you know, the pot calling the kettle black is all I'm saying.
Ooh. The pot calling the kettle black. Huh.
Whoa. That was some tea. That was shade. That was major shade.
Pot calling the kettle black. So, I mean, you're not insinuating that
he's
50
gay?
Cent is...
Oh, my Lord, please. What? Girl, we gotta talk after this episode is over.
Wait, Vivica A. Fox, what are you insinuating?
Well, I mean,
he gave you...
No, he's not. I mean, we had a great time. I mean, but he's just seems like he's got something that's not quite clear. So
you mean sometimes if people protest too much about something,
yes,
there's the fire is happening right there in front of them.
Absolutely. I just never forget there was a Vibe cover with him and Soulja Boy that made me kind of go,
He basically made it sound like the entire relationship was a joke, like Vivica meant nothing to him. Those lyrics didn't just sting, they cut deep. He painted her as some desperate woman who blew her money trying to impress him, while he was supposedly never serious about her in the first place. For Vivica, that was more than just a diss. It was humiliating. Imagine being in love with someone, giving your heart to them, and then hearing your relationship reduced to a punchline in front of the whole world. She later described the song as heartbreaking and deeply embarrassing. It wasn't just the breakup that hurt, it was the public mockery that came after. Like the professional troll that 50 Cent is, he just couldn't leave Vivica alone, even years after their breakup. Instead of focusing on his own business, he decided to come for her career. When Vivica landed a role on the hit show Empire, 50 found yet another opportunity to stir up drama. In an interview, he basically mocked the show's ratings and threw some pretty offensive shade while he was at it. He said, "There are 3 million less viewers who tuned in to last night's Empire episode. Did you watch it? We couldn't take the extra gay stuff or celebrity stuff last night." That comment right there, it blew up instantly. People were not having it. He got dragged across social media for his remarks, called out for being disrespectful, out of touch, and downright messy. But instead of apologizing or letting it go, 50 doubled down. He tried to defend himself, saying, "It must be a slow news week. They're gonna say 50 said Empire lost 3 million viewers because of too much gay-ish. I only said Cookie call me, but the kid is gonna F up the show. Now everyone is waiting for power. I told him to lay low." First of all, not him trying to rhyme like this was some kind of freestyle moment. And second, it was clear he was doing what he always does, stirring the pot and then acting innocent when people called him out. But Vivica, oh, she was not about to let that slide. She had been quiet for years while 50 kept taking shots. But this time, she decided to clap back, and she did it with precision. During her appearance on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, she dropped a bombshell hint that had everyone's jaws on the floor. When Andy asked her about 50's comments and his behavior, Vivica looked straight into the camera and said that 50 might not be one to talk about too much gay stuff. Because let's just say, he had a little something going on with Soulja Boy behind the scenes. The internet exploded. That one comment from Vivica sent shockwaves through social media, and people could not stop talking about it. Memes, headlines, tweets, it was everywhere. Then 50 Cent clapped back hard, proving once again that being petty is practically his brand. He took to social media and said, "Oh no, now she thinks I'm gay because I let her lick my ass. Wait, I didn't want her to. She forced me and my hands were tied. 50 Shades of Grey." Now let's pause right there, because that was not just uncalled for, it was messy on a whole new level. He really brought out the whole circus for this one. But if there's one thing we've learned about Vivica A. Fox, it's that she never backs down from a challenge. At that point, it was clear. These two were back at it again, turning social media into their personal boxing ring. And honestly, we could sit here all day and unpack their entire history of jabs, shade, and chaos, but I think y'all get the point. Vivica can be a little messy, sure, but when it comes to 50, he's almost always the one throwing the first punch. Every time she moves on, he somehow finds a way to bring her name up, usually in the pettiest way possible. And just like old times, it looks like 50's immaturity is once again showing. Remember how their breakup started because he couldn't handle being seen as anything less than a tough guy? Well, according to Vivica, he's doing the exact same thing right now, but now I want to hear from y'all. Do you think Vivica's going too far by threatening to expose 50? Or is she just giving him a taste of his own medicine? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And before you go, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more celebrity drama and throwback chaos like this one.